Hello everybody. I've been asked again to explain the significance of my brand t-shirt, the Chain Brain, and asked, what is this thing that you wear around your neck? It's a bicycle chain ring, and I also have a chain ring on my back. It's the second tattoo I ever got, and it's quite a cool question, and I love answering it because it's very significant. Obviously, it's part of my makeup, and the point is the following. Like that saying that you've heard, the same person can never cross the same river twice because you're not the same person and it's not the same water. And it's the same thing when you're on a bicycle, right? Unless you're on a stationary trainer, but even then you're thinking different thoughts all the time. But essentially, a bicycle route or going for a bike ride consists of doing the same repetitive motion over and over and over again. So it's turning the pedals around or over and over and over again. And the pedals are attached through a crank to the chain ring. So the chain ring is a crank and then the pedal. And as you pull the pedal around, it turns the chain ring. The chain ring is what pulls the chain, which is attached to the back wheel, and it turns the back wheel. So by doing the pedal movement, you are moving the back wheel around, and that's how you move in a bicycle, which is fabulous. But you're doing the same motion over and over and over and over and over and over again. And the concept is the same. Every single time I pull the cranks, I am now in a slightly different place to where I was the last time I did this. And even if I cycle on exactly the same route every single day, I'm never the same person over the same route doing the same motion ever. And that's quite important for me. So the chain ring on my back is a 1970, it's an exact replica of a 1970 Campagnolo 56 chain ring. And Campagnolo is like the ultimate parts for bikes. So I just love that 1970 is the year that I was born. That's when the motion started. Our lives are filled with routine. Our lives are filled with doing the same things over and over and over again. But you can choose to be a different person every single time, or you can choose to be the same. And again, the circle with the chain ring is significant to me because it's all about the circles of life, and it's about cycles, and it's about seasons, and it's changing all the time. And right now it's in the middle of winter. We've just been through the coldest day in Gauteng for 4 years, and something about 9 years. I think that might be actually in June, not sure. But it's damn cold, and that's the seasons, but it's going to change, and we will move into spring and we'll move into summer, but we won't be the same person we were the last time. That's the important part for me. So really one of my favorite quotes, Oliver Wendell Holmes: "A person's mind wrapped around a new idea can never return to its original dimensions." And I want to grow and evolve all the time. I think our purpose on this planet is to intentionally become better versions of ourselves all the time. I strongly believe that is part of my purpose for being on this planet. And it's to evolve and to undo the mistakes of the past and my parents and the heritage and ancestors and all that kind of stuff, which is a lot of what we're seeing around us right now, with statues being toppled, and I've got my own thoughts on some of that. But anyway, I think it's all about the actions, actually. It's not about what we think, it's about the actions. So how I think is going to determine whether I'm going to finish the bike ride that I'm on. I've done the Ironman course in Port Elizabeth hundreds and hundreds of times because I used to live in Port Elizabeth. I've holidayed there often. It's a route I absolutely love, but I've never had the same ride twice. And that's important. And I'm not the same person I was when I started to ride that route in 2006. I'm a completely different person to who I was then. That's been the gift of cancer as well. And throughout the cancer has also been, if I can do this thing, if I can get into my bike and just go for a 20k ride, if I can do that, I'm overcoming the thoughts in my head and I can beat the brain cancer. And that's the actions. That's the turning the chain ring. That's why that is so important to me. So I hope that explains it. It's all about chain brain. It's the belief in overcoming obstacles. It's beating adversity. It's becoming a better version of yourself, and understanding that although your actions are so similar, if you're thinking slightly different, well, everything changes. So anyway, at this time, I hope that can mean something to you. What are the things that you're doing every single day that actually you're not doing the same thing every day because you're thinking differently and you are a different person to the person you were yesterday, if you choose to be. So I'm challenging you to start thinking differently. Think about seasons. Think about, yes, I'm doing these same things, but actually I'm getting to a different destination, or I'm not in the same place I was when I did this thing just now. And that way of thinking has changed things for me. And I believe firmly I'm on the other side of cancer as a result. In fact, this is so important for me that my book, The Power of Purpose, has got quite a lot of stories of my life, the bicycles. And bicycles been really important. It's been a common thread throughout my life. And it really is all about the bike in many ways for me. So when it comes out, please read it and you'll find some pretty cool stories. My childhood, different bicycles I've had, and how they've been incredibly significant. And that's to a large extent why the chain ring just it's got me. The time on the bicycle has also been, I think, to a large extent, and I know I'm rambling a bit here, and that's okay. But now, if you didn't want to watch, you would have left. But that is, it's almost like that's my church. I'm not a particularly religious person, but my time out there, especially on the bike, I genuinely ride alone. I have for years and years and years, thousands and thousands of kilometers on the bike. In fact, hundreds of thousands of kilometers on the bike has been my thinking time. It's how I process. It's how I come up with a lot of my content. It's how I put things, I file things in order. It's a place where I feel good about myself. It's pushing through boundaries. It's overcoming. It's the idea of 100-kilometer cycle starts with the first kilometer. And if you think about the 100th K, when you're in your first kilometer, you might as well get off your bike. It's breaking things down. It's how we overcome. It's been very powerful for me. So I hope this helps. Please like if you like the content, share if you think that you have friends who might enjoy it, and follow me for some more. But until next time, keep those cranks turning. Cheers.